everyone, how is everyone doing today? So in this video I want to show you how to make a poker chip. So let's say, a buddy of yours or a friend of yours or whatever, they have a poker table and you want to make them some customized poker chips for their Texas Hold'em game or, for their man cave or whatever. So I'm going to show you how to make a poker chip. First step we want to do is we want to get a sphere. Now here's a sphere on the basic shapes, but if you zoom in, you can see all these facets, all these dimples. It makes it look like a golf ball. I don't want that. Okay, we don't want that uh, resolution. So let's get rid of that. Up here in the magnifying glass, you want to type in high res. High res. Okay. Now, when you type that in, this yellow sphere is what we're going to want to work with. So let's place that right on the work plane, like so. Now, increase the resolution all the way up to 5, and that gives you a smoother sphere. Radius is half of the uh, diameter. Diameter is radius times 2. So if this is 10 on the radius, the diameter is going to be 20. So we want a 50 millimeter poker chip. So we need to change this to 25. Okay? 25 times 2 is 50. See that? Okay? Now that we got that done, let's X out of this and go back to the um, regular shapes. All right. Now that we have our sphere, we need to take off part of the bottom and part of the top. And to do that, we're going to use these holes box. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to have it like perfect. All it needs to be is just wide enough and long enough to cover the bottom part. Keep your height at 20 though. Okay, keep this height part at 20, like that. Okay. Once you get that done, duplicate it, and then we're going to raise it up with this handle, this uh, top handle. We're going to raise it up until you see the number 30. Okay. Right, like so. Okay, 30, and then this is 20. That equals 50. So the height of this here plus the height of this here equals 50. This is like 10 millimeters in here. Okay, that's what we want. So now we're going to select this all, group it, and get rid of this top part and this bottom part. And that's what we're left with. Okay, drop it down to the work plane. Now, we don't want this thick. We want this to be, let's drop this down to 2 millimeters. When you do that, you see what's left is this disc with this concave edge. Now, how we're going to get the scalloped edge, okay? Make it look like a coin, so to speak. To do that, we're going to use the cylinder hole. We're going to place it over here on the edge. We're going to change it from the 20 that the default, we're going to change it to 1. Okay, we're going to change it to 1. Change this and this, like so. Don't worry about the height. The height isn't important. Just the the diameter is. Okay, we want this to be over here. So select them both, align them. We're going to do center align horizontal, center align vertical, and then we're going to do left justify, which is this button here, left align. Now what that does is it puts that peg right at the very edge of that disc. You see how this part right here, this is, if you were to group that and do the next step, you would have this line all the way around, which would give it character and really isn't wrong, but that's not what we're after. So to get this on its edge, okay, we already know this is 1 millimeter thick. Come down here to your nudge and set this for 0.5. Select the peg, do left arrow and nudge it over 0.5. You see what it did? It put the edge, it put the center of the peg on the edge of the concave, and the edge of the peg on the edge of this line here. Okay, now we need to make these go all the way around the circumference of this disc. And to do that, we need to duplicate this here and drag it across, straight across from this one over here. And to do that, we're going to select it, we're going to duplicate it, and we're going to drag it straight across. Now, as I'm dragging this, if you see how this jumped up to 2, that's telling me that I am uh, that the center of the one that I'm dragging is 2 millimeters off of the center of the other one. So I need to bring this up to 0, so I am exactly uh, within the centers. And then drag this over till it says 50. So you want 50 on one side and 0 on the other, just like that. Once you get that, release it, let it go. If you look, you can see that here, okay, it put the peg right on the edge, just like the other one. Okay, just like this one here. Okay, now that you got that done, we need to get them all the way around. Now, how do we do that? We need to select this one, hold the shift key in, and select this one. Select them both. Come up here to bundle group. Okay? That's going to bundle these two together. This is to rotate these two. And we're going to rotate this 3 degrees. 1, 3. Right? There. Now, what I did wrong. Here's what I did wrong. I'm going to go revert that. I need to duplicate this. Okay? Then rotate it 3 degrees. You see the second one there? Okay, now that I've got it rotated 3 degrees, I'm going to duplicate this all the way around the circumference of this disc. So Control D. As you do this, it duplicates and puts them all the way around the outside circumference, all the way back till you get to the end. Okay? So it kind of puts like a picket fence around it. Now, my computer is a tad bit slow, but if you select them all at one time like this and group them, it'll turn red and it's working, and it takes a little time. And as it's working, you'll see it change. And once it's done, you'll see that you have a perfectly spaced outside ridged uh, edge. Then you can take your graphic uh, as an SVG and put it on the top of this surface. You want to do 0.5 height. So let's just grab this cylinder and we'll put it on here. Let's say that that's our SVG, okay? Just like that. You want your SVG to be 48 in size, in diameter. So you'll have a 1 millimeter leeway on each side. So let's center this. Let's say that's our SVG. We're going to center it vertical and horizontally, and then I'm going to drop this down to 0.5. Okay. So the only thing is on there is this is that disc. Then when you bring it into your slicer into like bamboo, you have um, your graphic and your disc. So you group them together, and as it's working, it'll change, and it'll put everything together. And then you bring this into your slicer, and you have yourself a poker chip. Pretty cool, huh? Hey, have a great day.